Hello and welcome to another how-to video. In this video we will learn how to review footage. We would want to review footage if there is any time that we wanted to keep, for example, a job the employee did super well, or maybe a time when employee maybe didn't do so well, and we just want to keep either one of those for later reference, or any other reason we want to make a backup of our video. So we will be doing this by opening the program. We'll then log into the program. We'll then take a look at the interface. We'll be zooming in and out on the timeline. We'll be changing the camera focus. We'll change the date. And then we'll do some playback and play with the speed. We'll go in and out of full screen. We'll then take a snapshot. And finally, we'll make a backup of the footage. And then when we are done, we'll close the program and go back to live view. So let's get to it, shall we? First of all, we need to open the program. So if we take a look at our keyboard, on the keyboard there is a button that has a picture of the Windows logo. It's called the Windows button. It is located between Control and Alt on the bottom left side. What we need to do is simply push the Windows button, and we get our start bar that pops up, and then we simply click on the program Remote View Log. After a brief wait, the program will pop up with the login screen. The credentials should already be filled in, and all we have to do is press OK. Once it is loaded, we can bring our mouse up to the top here and maximize the window to give us the best viewing space. To review the interface a little bit, here we have on the left our layout list. This is where we would store any kind of layout where we wanted to have some kind of special group of our cameras. This is exactly like it is in live view, so please review the live view footage video to review how to accomplish that. Over here we also have our camera list. We can simply just click and drag a camera anywhere in the layout, and we can have multiple cameras as shown right here. We have 3 cameras that are identical. We can then close this. Down at the bottom we have our timeline. On our timeline we can zoom in and out using our scroll wheel. So we zoom in, we get a little more granular view. We can go down to the minute, or we can zoom out and go closer to the hour, and then a 6-hour view, and then finally a 24-hour view. To change the date, we click on the date, and then we can click on any date that has footage. Any of these days that are blue will have footage. If there's a day that is not blue, there's no footage. So we click there, and that brings up the date and the footage that we have on that day. Down at the bottom, to change the focus of our camera, the top timeline is currently set on whichever camera is currently selected, in this case camera 4. To change that, all we would need to do is simply find a channel we want to focus on and then click on it. Notice how the top time bar changed a little bit, as well as the name over here changed. The bars represent when there are footage to be reviewed. The camera system only records on motion, so if there is red, there is footage. If there is no red, there is no footage. To play back an event, all we have to do is come over to our timeline, figure out where we want to make some playback. We're going to jump here to about 3:30, and then we're going to just simply press the play button. Playback starts. Everything's working perfectly fine. We can speed up playback by coming over here on the left and clicking the plus button, and we can increase our speed to 2, 4, or 8 speed. Pressing the minus here will slow things down. That's 4, 2, 1, and then half and quarter speed. So if we really want to catch some action, we can certainly do that at quarter speed. So bringing this back up to full speed. Press play here, this button here, to pause the playback, and we can play in reverse simply by pressing the reverse button, and then everything plays backwards. And the same thing to stop it, all we have to do is press the play button. To bring a camera view into full screen, all we simply need to do is double click on it. While double clicked, we can use our mouse wheel over the picture to zoom in by moving our scroll wheel up to zoom in, and then click and drag to view some details elsewhere in the picture. And then we can use our mouse wheel to zoom out by simply scrolling down or dragging it down. To return to the multi-view, all we have to do is double click, and we're back to our multi-view. To take a snapshot, all we have to do is on any channel, locate the little camera icon and click on it, and this will take a snapshot of what is currently being displayed on the camera. And we can choose our location simply by going up to the top and clicking on the bar at the very top here. And then we can pick a flash drive if we have one, or we could put it in a specific folder if we wanted to. For example, we could go down and put it in the praises folder, and then we just simply click save. And that saves a file. To make a backup, all we need to do is take our mouse, bring it down to the bottom timeline, right click and hold to highlight the section of video we wish to make a backup of. When we let go, we get a menu, and we simply click on Backup. This will bring up our backup menu with the date and time automatically filled in. From here we can pick whichever cameras we would like to include in the backup, and then we simply press OK. And over here we pick where we want to save the backup and what we want to save the backup as. So we are going to click here to change the location. If we had a flash drive, we could save it there, or we can go ahead and throw it on the desktop like we have everything else. And if there's a specific coaching or praises folder, we can put them in there, and then here we can give it a name. And then when we are all done, we simply press OK, and a backup will be created. We're going to go ahead and pause this process because it'll take a few minutes or so to actually continue. After the backup process is complete, we simply press OK, and that completes the backup. To play the backup, all we have to do is navigate to where it's located by opening File Explorer, the little folder icon down on the bottom. We can go to our desktop, and we can go into the folder that we just made a backup of, and come in here, and here's our backup. And to play back the backup, we come down and we run the program Easy View Log. When we run this, a very familiar looking interface will pop up with all the exact same playback features. So here we are with the Easy View Log in the front here, the smaller window, and our main view log in the back. And it's the exact same interface, very familiar looking, as we have been using this the whole time. We click over here, and we can press play to do our playback, pause to pause, all the same features. And then when we're done, we can close this. And to finally return to our live camera view, all we need to do is click the X in the upper right, and that closes the view log. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to check out our other how-to videos on how to get the most out of the Hoptix camera system. And please be sure to visit our website at hop720.com.